Hi friends, this is Srinivas here and I welcome you to our YouTube channel Cars Info. Before jumping into the video friends, a small request, kindly subscribe my channel, hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload any video related to an automobile, you are not missing it. At the same time friends, it's a humble request, kindly go through this video because this is one of its kind. Today in this video I am going to talk about the 16 level 2 ADAS feature which is available in the Kia Syros. I am going to explain all these features practically. So this will be a very exclusive video and you will be not finding in any of the YouTube channel. Without wasting much time, let's start with the video. What is the front collision warning? Along with that we have assistance. So front collision avoidance assistance, it is divided into different categories: car, cyclist, pedestrian, T-junction, onboard direct. So based on this different one situation, the vehicle will give you either warning or at the same time it will try to assist in the form of applying brakes. So first thing is the car. So once the vehicle distance between both the cars get reduced, you get in the form of audio. So you see there was a warning has done, at the same time the brake has been applied. So this is called front collision avoidance assistance by car. The next feature I am going to talk about the pedestrian. Next feature which I am going to talk about is the front collision avoidance assistance by pedestrian. So this feature is very helpful, especially whenever in a city like Hyderabad where most of the people tend to cross the lane without giving any intimation. Sometimes it can be a very risky situation. So I am trying to cross the road. When there is a Syros, it will try to apply the brakes. So you can see this is front collision avoidance assistance by pedestrian. Sometimes what happens that there might be a single lane and end up there will be a chance of situation that where opposite vehicle come exactly directly opposite to you. That time there might be a probable chance of collision. It might increase the impact. So that time Syros what it does, that feature we call it is the front collision avoidance assistant direct onboard. It will try to avoid by applying the brake. So it to reduce the impact level. So maximum it will try to avoid impact. If it feels that there is the impact is happening, it will try to apply the brake. I'll show you how this situation will happen practically. So Randy. So you got it. So the warning and it will apply the brake also at the same time. Okay. The next feature which I'm going to talk about is the front collision avoidance assistant junction turning. So whenever you are in the junction, you have given an indicator. Most of the time, what happens? Most of the people come in the opposite direction. So it will try to apply brake at the time of junctions. So I'll show you practically how it does. So it will try to apply brake. So this is junction turning avoidance assistance. So the next feature which I am going to talk about is the leading vehicle departure alert. So most of the time you end up in the city traffic. So you might be busy with your phones, and once the signal turns green, once the ahead vehicle start moving it, you get a notification here in the cluster in the form of an audio. So you will be showing here. So leading vehicle is driving on. So this is called leading vehicle departure alert. Basically what happens, especially like a single lane, especially in the village area where you have a single lane, at the night time what happens when there is a high beam is happening, it creates a blind spot. Syros understand that thing. Whenever it finds in that situation, it will try to make sure the high beam gets low. Once the vehicle crosses it, again it will go back to high beam. To activate this, we have a switch here. It has to be activated in auto headlamps. Then we have to keep it in high beam. The moment it is there in high beam, so now once the opposite the vehicle will come, it will go into low beam. So once the vehicle crosses this, it will go into high beam again. So this is called high beam assist. So that is also one of the safety feature that has been added in the ADAS. So the next feature which I'm going to talk about is the smart cruise control with stop and go function. So basically once you reach above 30 km/h speed, you can activate it. So the moment the cruise control is activated, so you can see here. Now at the same time, once your cruise control is activated, now your smart cruise control is also activated. You can see the target opposite vehicle is targeted here. So now with the help of opposite vehicle target, the vehicle will maintain a safe distance. You can see Devendra garu speed తగ్గించండి.
కొంచెం బ్రేక్ అన్న.
So you can see that without applying the brake also, the vehicle is getting applying the brake and reducing the speed. Complete ga agandi.
Brake.
Now this vehicle is up and brake up in. So this will also move on. So less than 3 seconds, again the vehicle start moving. If it's more than 3 seconds, again you have to activate manually. So this is called smart cruise control with stop and go function. So the next feature which I'm going to talk about is the parking collision avoidance assistance in reverse gear. So you can see the vehicle is now in reverse gear. If any object is there, it will try to apply brake. Now you can see how it does practically. So when the vehicle is moving reverse, so it will try to apply brake to avoid. So you can see this brake has applied, and at the same time you get a notification in the cluster, and at the same time you get audio warning. So this is called front parking collision avoidance assistance. This also comes with a 360-degree camera. So this is the view of you get all the 360. You can know what is happening in the surrounding of the vehicle. So you can see the front view, rear view. You can also see the with the help of manually. So you get a very good view of it. You can see the quality of the camera is also good. So you get a very real-time image. So this is 360-degree with one more feature that has been also added is the blind view monitor cluster. So whenever you're driving it, suppose if you activate the right side indicator, so you will be knowing what is happening in the right side of it in the cluster. So whenever I apply the right side of the indicator, left side of the indicator, you will be knowing what is happening in the left side. So that also helps in reducing the blind spot. So if you also want to view it, so you can see there is a vehicle is coming. So that also reduces my blind spot. So that also increases my convenience in driving in the congested and the tight places. So that also an add-on to your driving comfort and also enhances the safety of the car. So these are the feature, and now the next feature we will talk. Which I'm going to talk about is the lane departure warning. So basically it's a feature whenever you are driving in a highways, you get a lot of lanes, is it? Once you try, when there is a chance of whenever a driver is having some fatigue or due to some distraction, the vehicle tend to drift out of the lane. You get a notification in the cluster. So basically this feature is helpful whenever you are drifting or moving out of the lane without giving an indicator. So there might be a probable chance of rear collision because the rear person will not aware of it which direction you are taking a turn. So now you see what will happen once the vehicle reaches above 60 km/h speed. If try to get out of the lane, so you see you get a warning in the cluster. So you can see in the audio and at the same time you get it in the cluster. So along with this feature, there is one more feature is there that is called lane keep assist. So once the vehicle goes out of the lane, it will try to make sure there is a counter steering happens and it will make sure the vehicle comes in a center lane. So you can see now. So you can see the vehicle is moving without the touching, without doing any human intervention. The vehicle is coming and being driven in the center lane. So this is called lane keep assist. The next feature which I'm going to talk about is the lane following assist. Basically, as is in the name implies, it will follow the lanes. So you can see the steering, it is in green color now. Now you see that now it will follow the lanes and it will make sure the vehicle is always on the central lane. You can see the person here is not applying hands on the steering, still the vehicle is in the central. But here you can see that there will be some notification will come as a warning. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. It's a recommended, my friend, that whenever you are driving, never try to take off your hands from the steering wheel. That is not recommended because you are not only keeping yourself in trouble, you are also making others in a trouble situation. So once it will make sure that whenever you're driving, you're always keeping your hands on this, and it will also make sure that the vehicle is always on the central line. So that means whenever you're driving a long drives, it will also help us reduce the fatigue. So this is called lane following assist. It's a convenient feature for you, especially when you're driving on the long drives. So considering taking a break, this is also as a driver attention warning. So whenever you're driving for long drives due to fatigue or due to the tiredness, the vehicle tells that you need to take a break. That type of pop symbol or notification will come on the screen. Friends, I tried to show all the 16 features of Syros practically how they perform in a real-time scenario. Anybody who's planning for an ADAS vehicle, this video will be very informative to you. I hope this video will be very informative to you. And once again, thank you for watching this video, my friend, and Jai Hind.